Hello and welcome to Ask Amanda Now, the European edition. Yes, I am still here in Spain, enjoying a holiday with my family. We're actually moving on from Spain this afternoon. I'll let you know in a little bit where we are off to. How has your week in Strata been? We are here for our short Friday catch up. It is an Ask Amanda Now session. That is your opportunity to ask me one Strata question. We choose one question to answer over about 10 or 15 minutes or so. A question that will help as many people as possible in Strata. A question that I see coming up time and time again, that the answer will be helpful to most. As always, I put the call out, get some questions here on the page, get lots of questions in my inbox, and have today chosen one to answer for you. We're going to dive straight on into our question. Rochelle and Mina, as always, helping me out here. We'll get this question up here on the screen. Thanks, Mina. The question is from Genaro. Who should be the holder of the common seal, the committee or the strata manager? Now, I've chosen this question because it actually has come up a few times. I've seen this one in our member forum recently about common seals, and great question here from Genaro. And I have the answer for you today. If you're coming in and you want to give me a hello, as Cheryl is doing. Hey, Cheryl, I see you there. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. It is around about 5 o'clock probably in most parts where you are, not so where I am. It's the morning here in Spain. I've tucked myself away in a corner of the house here where we are lucky enough to be staying, and hoping the Wi-Fi kicks in, hangs on for us. I worked out, if you were here last week, you'll remember that my microphone disappeared for a minute or so, and my rather expensive microphone that I travel with, I've worked out, has died. I think the battery on it has died. I was dutifully charging it up this morning, and no charge, it said to me. So that's why we're on backup here. So I hope that's coming through loud and clear for you. Hey, ordinary person, I see you there. Yes, it is a good question from Genaro. Hey, Sean, how you doing? If you are catching the replay, feel free to drop me a hello here as well. We're going to jump in to answer Genaro's great question. Now, I actually, as I do, pretend to be a lawyer sometimes, went and had a look at the legislation to see if there was anything in our New South Wales Strata Schemes Management Act on this point. And I'm glad I did, because there's a section that covers this issue. It is section 272 in our Strata Schemes Management Act. Rochelle and Mina will pop that one in the comments here for you. And that actually tells us how the common seal must be kept. Indeed, who must keep the common seal of the owner's corporation. Now, if I'm saying the word common seal and you're not quite sure what I'm talking about, this is the actual, strata managers will know, physical stamp that our owners corporations have that state their strata plan number. It is their way, an owners corporation's way of marking their signature, of signing, of executing, as we say, as lawyers, documents. The common seal is affixed. Companies have common seals as well. Owners corporations have common seals. Common seal is affixed, and then the person who is doing that task of affixing the common seal to a document will sign their signature, their name, the date, and in that way they are attesting to the affixing of the common seal. So it's a way that our owners corporations make their mark on official documents that need to be signed by them. Sean's telling me that I'm coming through loud and clear, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Hey, Seano, I see you there. Greetings. Sean said, I've heard that some schemes don't have them. How can that be? I suspect perhaps that they've been lost if they don't have them, Sean. I don't know. My understanding is that all owners corporations require them. You can now have electronic seals. So maybe if there's not a physical seal, there is a scan of that image of the seal. But I'd love to know too, if new plans getting registered don't actually have physical common seals, let me know. But section 272 of our New South Wales legislation tells us that if an owners corporation has 2 or more owners, so there's 2 or more lots, then the seal of the owner's corporation must be kept either by an owner or member of the strata committee that the owner's corporation has determined is to keep the seal. So the owner's corporation has determined that an owner or a member of the strata committee is to keep the seal. How do they make that determination? Well, I say they make that determination by a resolution at a general meeting. And that is if the secretary is not otherwise keeping the seal. So the secretary is our starting point. If the secretary of the owner's corporation is not keeping the seal, then another owner or member of the strata committee can keep the seal if the owner's corporation has determined that they are to keep the seal. I suggest that determination is made by resolution at a general meeting, or the strata managing agent of the owner's corporation can keep the seal. My suggestion to you in all practice is if you have a manager, then that person should be the one who is keeping the seal. That person is very likely also the custodian of the owner's corporation's books and records. They may be delegated the powers, functions of the secretary. They are the one where contracts are coming across their desk. They're the ones who are being instructed to sign documents on behalf of the owner's corporation. Then if you have a strata manager, it's probably most practical for them to keep the seal. And as I said earlier, we can now be affixing our common seals electronically. What does that mean? I've seen strata managers who just have a scanned image of the common seal. They have their own scanned signature, and they're able to pop those scans into a document to be able to legally, this is legal under our New South Wales law, to legally affix the common seal and sign a document on behalf of their owner's corporation. Committee members come and go. Owners come and go. So even though, as you've seen there in section 272, it is possible for a committee member, even for an owner who's not a committee member, to keep common, especially if there has been a determination of the owner's corporation allowing them to keep the common seal. That person might forget that they've got that common seal there in their shoebox, and then it's gone. And as Sean says, that may have disappeared. The building may no longer have that common seal. So good idea to keep it with all the other documents, records, property of the owner's corporation. And if you have a strata manager, that's usually the person. Frank is saying, if my memory serves me correctly, the updated Queensland strata laws are proposing to do away with common seals. Yeah, quite old-fashioned. I've said there that companies have, I've got one for my few companies that I have, so definitely not required for my private companies anymore, my understanding. So yeah, quite an old-fashioned system. They're actually stamping and applying a stamp to a document. Cheryl says, what happens if the seal is held by a committee member and something happens to that person? Yep, so I think you've preempted me there, Cheryl. Absolutely, I agree with you. More for the strata manager to hold. And of course, the strata manager should only be affixing that seal when they are exercising their functions as a strata manager, they're exercising their delegated authority under their agency agreement, or they have the express instructions of the owner's corporation to affix the seal to a document. So if you're entering into a contract with a builder, some major work that's been going on, that is to go on, the builder signs the contract, the owner's corporation has to sign the common seal, the strata manager attests to the affixing of the seal by signing their name. They're only going to be doing that in that kind of out of the ordinary circumstance if they have an instruction to do so. Cheryl's saying, Sean is saying, I used my Mac signature feature to scan all my building seals and affix them very easily to docs for countersigning by owners and committee members. Perfect, Sean. Yes, that's exactly what I had in mind that you guys as managers would be doing, that you'd have scans in the same way in my office. I have a scan of my signature. So if I need to insert my signature into a document, that I'm not having to print it, sign it, scan it back in. That sounds like an efficient process there. Excellent. So that is our question for today. Thank you, Genaro, for answering that one. If you're popping on in for asking that question, if you're popping on in to hear that answer, do let us know if that's been helpful. As I said earlier, I am heading away, jumping on a plane today. We are flying from Malaga in Spain to Dublin, off to Ireland. Going to be a bit of a change. It has been beach weather here. I'm looking out the window here. The sun is shining. It's been about 30-degree days that we've had for the last 10 days or so, but we're off to wet, cold, rainy Ireland. And the reason that we're doing that is we're actually meeting up with some family, both from Australia and from Ireland. My immediate family is all catching up together in Ireland. You might remember that earlier in the year, it was my dad's 70th birthday. I shared that here on the page, and a number of you know my dad, have met him in person. My first and biggest fan, I often say. His 70th birthday this year, and as part of those birthday celebrations, we all planned to go to Ireland together as a family. My sister's family, my brother's family, my family, all get together and see some of my dad's cousins and his sister, and catch up with those family members who none of us have seen for a very long time. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next week, which is really exciting to be meeting up there in Ireland. And come along, why don't you? I'll be back here hopefully next Friday, maybe a bit of a quick one next Friday, and I may be on the move, but we'll do what we can to answer at least one Strata question here for you live. I am here because you are here. So thank you for being here, for telling me how much you enjoy this, how helpful it is for you, being here to support all that we do on the page and for our Strata sector. I'm seeing lots of comments here in the chat. Have a wonderful time. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Cheryl. Sean saying, that's why people are always rich there. The money's always in Dublin. Okay. I'm getting some more Spanish here from Emiliana. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, Emiliana. That would be a disservice to the Spanish people. Jennifer saying, have a wonderful time in Dublin. Thank you for taking time out on your holidays. Love to be here with you. Thank you. That's one question answered for you here today. If you've missed that, a lot of you are coming a little bit later. Feel free to double back and catch the replay and give me a hello here. I'm going to head off. Have a lovely weekend in Strata, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye for now.